Hi, Patryck. Very happy to see these essays from you. Well done. It's so important to write for IELTS and to practice and to get feedback from that writing. So let's see what you did with this particular. International marketing is sometimes seen as invasive and an intrusion into the country in question. Others argue that it is necessary. Okay. So let's see what you wrote. It is believed by some that international marketing violently interferes with local beliefs of a given country, where others perceive this form of marketing as a pure value, which might enrich national language or culture and be a priceless economical lesson for local companies. Personally, I consider that the international marketing has a positive impact on local economy and culture. All right, this is a lovely introduction. You did exactly what you're supposed to do. You gave your opinion. You said that you're going to discuss both sides. So lovely. Really, no problems at all. Okay. On the one hand, the global marketing, well, not the global marketing. Let's get rid of this the here. You don't need it. So on the one hand, global marketing brings values which are essential for the development of a given country, and I agree. Well, you didn't have to say you agree. I mean, you're stating it as a fact, so it should just be, on the one hand, let me try that again. On the one hand, global marketing brings values which are essential for the development of a given country. Full stop. To begin with, international advertisements, here, indicate, so get rid of this, and this should be indicate with no S, local companies how to expand their business on a larger scale. For instance, Adidas used to be a small company until the particular moment when their CEO pointed out that mimicking Nike's decisions about international marketing might be beneficial for advertising their products on a global scale. Okay, as a result, this economical lesson has brought an impressive 300% rise of their profit over, why the next 12 months? I'm confused. Has brought past, and then you're talking about the next 12 months, future. I'm confused about this. Maybe what you meant is this economical lesson brought an impressive 300% rise of their profit the following 12 months. I think that's what you mean. What is more, thanks to the international marketing, So what is more, thanks to international marketing, citizens from different countries are nowhere near as separate as they used to be. For instance, McDonald's commercials, I'm loving it, introduced this first English sentence in places like France, Nigeria, or Uganda, which according to surveys, I don't know why you have what here, which, according to surveys which were conducted in Lyon in 2005, was the first moment of making their local dialects more international. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me see. So, okay. So far, so good. All right. I have one concern, but I'll tell you as soon as I finish your next paragraph. On the other hand, this type of marketing might have a detrimental consequence. Now, tell me, is it going to have one detrimental consequence, or is it going to have multiple? So if you mean multiple, then it should just be might have detrimental consequences with no on local beliefs. Opinions which are presented by global companies in local newspapers and television are often contrary to the local mentality, and as a consequence, you wrote consequence here and again. And as a result, you could have said, not some parts of the citizens, but some of the citizens can perceive this, or could actually, theoretically, they could perceive this international message as more vital than local traditions. As a result, the uniqueness of beliefs of a given country would be replaced with international opinion. So, let me tell you now what my issue is here. First of all, your paragraphs are reversed. Since you believe that it has a more positive impact, this paragraph has to come second. Okay? It's how we structure our essays in English. The side that you agree with comes second. The side that you disagree with comes first. Now, the other thing I'm going to point out to you might seem silly, but it is in fact something you have to consider. Look at your paragraph lengths. You talked about I didn't even count the lines, but it's got to be at least 10. And then you only have half the size for your second paragraph. So it's uneven. So it looks like you really spent much, much, much more time analyzing this than you did this. Not the best thing. So you need to expand on this paragraph. All right. You could have taken maybe a couple sentences out of here and instead expand this paragraph and then, of course, reverse them. Okay? So let's look at your conclusion. To summarize, while people may vary with a Y in their opinions, I hold a view, or I hold the view, that international marketing brings much more valuable financial and cultural profits through the world than losses. Okay, fine. Let me see what you said. Okay, this is an interesting comment. I would not say that I agree with your assessment, to be honest with you. I already told you what the problems are. The grammar is pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, I obviously corrected some of it. But I think your assessment is a little harsh. Let's take a look at your next essay. Okay, Patryck, so I actually find this one really challenging. Let's see how you dealt with it. All right. First of all, it's not a pie chart. You could have just called it a diagram. I mean, it's basically a bar chart. So the bar chart illustrates the number of pet owners in 6 different countries between 1990 and 98, a period of 9 years. Overall, it can be seen that Wales, America, and Scotland experienced the highest number of fluctuations over this time. Really? Wales, Scotland, and America? Wales is green. Okay, Wales, Scotland. Well, I wouldn't say Scotland really. No, I wouldn't say that. And America, I would agree with you with America. Yeah, so I would agree with you with Scotland. No, I would agree with you regarding Wales and America, but not Scotland. I don't think Scotland varied really much at all. But let's see what you said. Okay, so to begin with, in 1990 in Wales, the number of pet owners stood at 100,000. Then over you're missing a the. Next 36 months, this figure grew here considerably to reach a high of 180,000 pet owners, no of. Following that, despite no of, some fluctuations, the next 5 years, the next 5 years brought a slight drop to finish at 130 owners in 1998. Interestingly, Scotland, where the number of pet owners was the highest from all the countries, Scotland, where the number followed a similar pattern. Fine. From 1990, there was a slight decrease of pet owners to reach 1/5 of a million in 94. Then next, this figure maintained the same level to finish at 180,000 in 1998. Let me check out what's going here. Okay, fine. In the other 3 countries, the population of pet owners maintained the same level, no on. Ireland had the smallest ratio of pet owners from all the countries. Don't talk about ratios, because that's when you're talking about like pie charts or percentages. And we're not talking about ratios here. We're talking about numbers. So, where am I? Okay, which fluctuated around 50,000 owners, no of, per year. Similarly, Canada and England followed a tendency. What kind of a tendency? A similar tendency? Followed the same tendency? Maybe that's what you mean. But you're definitely missing an adjective here. Where numbers of pet owners were in the range between 120 and 160,000 pet owners, no of, per year. You didn't have to say that. You just said pet numbers here. So where numbers of pet owners were in the range between 120 to 160,000 per year. Done. Okay, so let me see what you wrote for your overview. I disagreed with your overview. I'm glad that you wrote it, but like I said, I did not think that Scotland's numbers really changed like so drastically, but I did agree with you with Wales and America. Okay, then there, you know what the biggest problem for me here is your grammar. I mean, every sentence had some sort of a grammatical error. Small, big, most of them were small, but it's still like I had to halt, like my eye and my speech when I was correcting it. I had a lot of halting. You could see that I had to correct it. I had to stop. So that is, for me, would be the weakest point here. Okay, but on the whole, these were both nice attempts. So I hope I get to see more of your essays, Patryck. I think that you will definitely benefit from continuing to write and getting feedback for your writing. So I really do hope you'll consider that. Of course, even more, you could do the online course, which would give you lots of advice in terms of structure, in terms of idea generation, and everything else that you need in order to really excel in the exam. So, like I said, I wish you lots of luck. I hope I get to see some more essays from you so that we can help you move forward and reach your IELTS goals. So thanks a lot and good luck.